Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guest, Jean-Guy de Gabriac, who's here to share with us World Wellness Weekend. So did you know there's a free way to boost your wellness and be part of a worldwide community? Well, today's show is going to cover just that. So Jean-Guy de Gabriac created World Wellness Weekend in 2017. He also manages Tip Touch International, a training company dedicated to raising the bar in guest experiences. Since 2001, he has been consulting with hotels, spas, salons, and hot springs around the world. He has lectured at over 50 international conferences, empowering people, and has contributed to over 300 articles on spas, professional development, and personal growth. He has served as initiative chair of the Global Wellness Institute, conference producer of World Spa and Wellness Conventions, judge of the World Spa and Wellness Awards, and judge of the World Championship Massage. So welcome to the show, Jean-Guy de Gabriac.
Hi, Marianne. Thank you so very much for having me as part of the people who have a vision, who have a mission, and make sure that they use every waking hour of their lives to make this a reality for them and for the people around.
Well, I'm so excited we get to talk about the World Wellness Weekend. What inspired you to start this?
I've been a spa consultant and advisor for wellness for the past 22 years. And so I've been lucky to work in France, in Europe, around the world, to always raise the bar in guest experience for hotels, for cosmetic brands, for wellness centers. Always create a wow factor. And I always explain to the owners and the GMs that the wow factor, the experience, is not just the multi-million-dollar facade architecture design. It comes from the team. Therefore, creating experiences has to be about elevating the skills of the team and making them care. They are the experience. So I did this for 22 years. And then in 2015, I was really moved by the United Nations, which launched the 2030 agenda for a more equitable, fairer, more sustainable planet. 2030 with 17 goals and 169 action plans or bullet points, targets. And in 2017, I didn't see that our profession, spa, massage, hospitality, tourism, was really taking part in the third objective, which was good health and well-being for all. Doctors, clinics, hospitals were definitely on board with the third objective, good health and well-being for all, but not us. And for the past 22 years, I've been, sharing exactly this. How can we help people to be better in their head, physically, mentally, emotionally, socially? And how can we, be part of that experience? So I embarked on a journey to encourage, convince, nudge, twist a few arms along the way, but very gently, massaging arms along the way, so that hotel groups, cosmetic brands, fitness clubs would be part of this. So in 2017, I decided to launch the World Wellness Weekend, first in France and Belgium, because I'm French living in Belgium, and 160 venues participated on year one. Fast forward to this year, over 6,000 venues participating in 147 countries with 6 ministers or secretaries of states and health supporting 30 mayors of big cities, 60 associations, 191 volunteers. The list goes on. World Wellness Weekend is now really starting from sunrise in Fiji to sunset in Hawaii for 3 days.
So exciting. I can't wait to be a part of all this. And I've signed up. What type of events will be part of this?
Lots. With 6,000 venues participating, lots, in person and online. The best way to see and to find activities happening near you or near anyone listening to this conversation is to go to wellmap.org, WELLMAP.org. It's the short version of Wellness Map. So on wellmap.org, you can search for cities where you live or where you want to visit. You can search for participating professionals by different categories. So it's really a locator available in 18 languages, English, of course, but 18 languages to make it really accessible. So lots of activities. If you're interested, if wellness for you is about relaxation, then you'll find great spas and wellness centers like Cannon Ranch participating, hot springs participating like Glen Ivy, hot springs in California, Mineral Wells in Texas, Springs Resort in Colorado. If your thing is really to relax and breathe an air that has really benefits for your health, you may want to look for halotherapy because the World Network of Halotherapy Centers is partnering, and there's lots around. If your thing is to try a massage powered by artificial intelligence, well, right now there are only two places in the world that are offering this. One is in Quebec, the other one is in France, in the city of Lyon. And if your thing is to just relax in the heart of New York or Chicago, you can go to beautiful locations called IRA Ancient Baths. But if you have kids and you want them to be engaged in wellness, then in the UK, there are 110 after-school care centers for kids called Junior Adventures Group, 110 clubs all across nationwide, starting on Monday and all the way through Friday of next week. They're going to explore every day one of the 5 pillars of wellness that we highly encourage people to explore for themselves. The first one is sleep and creativity. Not just sleep and rest. Feel the juice coming back the next morning, not just by a cup of coffee, but from being rested with a good night's sleep, the quality of sleep. So sleep and creativity, nutrition and immunity, not just what you eat, how well you digest, and sometimes what you don't eat with intermittent fasting. Movement and vitality, not just for sports, not just for sweat, not just for competition. Movement is also going to work, and everything you do during your day, movement to be more flexible and have more vitality. Mindfulness and serenity, because you can flex your muscles, but can you relax your mind? And the fifth one is sense of purpose and solidarity, because it's sometimes you may have all 4 pillars right in place and there's something missing. And maybe that's the time that you give and share with your community. So there's a lot in person. Online, last year, we had 50 hours of online content produced, especially for and during World Wellness Weekend by fitness instructors, yoga instructors, experts in personal development from around the world, in French, in English, of course, in Spanish. This year, I'm still counting because we're launching the program tomorrow. It's going to be over 125 hours. And these include 30 days of free fitness classes with less meals online, 3 amazing keynotes, from one of them being Deepak Chopra, and 60 other speakers with the John W. Brick Foundation, launching their online mental health and wellness summit, online summit. Yoga Away, if some of the people listening to us are passionate about yoga, they can binge on 72 videos of yoga therapy, not just yoga, breathe in, breathe out, downward facing dog, yoga therapy, how to really help improve your body, your posture, your flexibility. And in the heart of New York on Saturday, 16th of September, there will be 2 panels led by Karen Balou. She's the CEO of Immunocology, a skincare brand. She was touched by cancer. Her life was changed. And she decided to host 2 panels to encourage people to understand how they can live well on an everyday life basis, again, with the 5 pillars of wellness. I could go on and on and on. I'm French, very passionate, and there are 6,000 venues participating and so many posting programs online. Sorry if I get carried away.
No, please do. I'm carried away myself with all the great events that are available. I've been checking it out, seeing how I can participate. I know in your website you talk about wellness as a renewable energy. What do you
Yes.
mean by that?
I mean, before COVID, Life was tough for a lot of people. Multitasking, not good for men, not good for women, who apparently are better at multitasking than men. If you believe, John Gray, and men come from Mars and women come from Venus. But all jokes apart, there has been stress, anxiety about so many things. I won't get into politics, economics. Times are tough. Since COVID, it's even worse. So it's about time to use our bodies the way they were destined to be, not to be sitting on chairs for hours. Sitting is the new smoking. We need to move more often, and not just competition. We need to move. We need to pay better attention at what we read on labels with products that we buy. We need to find better quality of sleep. And if your night is not enough because you can only spare 5 or 6 hours, I used to live on 4.5 hours per night for weekdays, because at the end of the week, I would have 90 more minutes instead of just sleeping 6 hours every night. So times 5, that's 7.5 hours that I could add to my daily working time. Not a good idea. I'm back to 7 hours when I can. Wellness is a renewable energy because it is time for us to understand how our body works, how our mind works, how our brain works, and how to make them work better. By not just breathing in and breathing out, but having more we time. Wellness is not just about me time, it's also about we time. And I checked, wellness does start with we and not me. So we time, things you can do with friends, with family, with colleagues, because there are so many promises we make to ourselves, especially in January, when we want to drink less, eat less, exercise more. And by January 15, they're out of the window. We need to find friends. We need to find wellness buddies that can commit with you to go more often to walk, to go to a farmer's market and shop together and cook together for each other's families and have meals together. We need to reinstate me time so that people can, as they exercise, as they walk, as they're mindful together, because togetherness is definitely wellness, well, they can feel the the pleasure hormones kicking in, endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin. When we feel those hormones kicking in, no matter where you are on the planet, no matter what language you speak, that's when people start smiling. This is why we say that wellness is a renewable energy that can light up the world. And it's time for people to renew their energy physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, so that they can light up their world.
I think that's such an empowering way to look at our personal wellness and developing that community. I mean, how important is that?
Actually, I think it's you're right. It's meaningful. It's practical. How many to-do lists do we have? Endless. How about our to-be list? Isn't it something that we forgot to do? George Michael, in one of his songs, Freedom, saying, "Now I'm going to make myself happy." Well, how about we meet during World Wellness Weekend on the third weekend of September? It's always before the equinox, as a beautiful symbol of work-life balance. How about we meet on the third weekend of September, which is this year, Friday 15, Saturday 16, and Sunday 17 of September? And how about we meet, all of us, at the corner of healthy and happy? Because you can find on WellMap activities near you, or at least, I hope, close to you. You can change the radius on the locator from 10 kilometers to 200 kilometers. You can find places where you can find your happy place, where you can have wellness moments, again, with family, with friends, with colleagues. And yes, hopefully renew your energy, feel completely recharged so that the benefits of the summer you can still feel, and meeting passionate people, sharing those exercises, those group sessions with fitness, with yoga, with mindfulness, in person, online, but also meet like-minded people like you. If your thing is zipline, look for zipline. If your thing is mindfulness and yoga and vibrational healing or halotherapy, type those words, click those buttons and find places where you can be on your happy and healthy place across the world or across the street.
Well, I was so impressed that you have one of my favorite workout practices, which is TRX training. And
Yes.
you got that listed. I was like, ooh, this is great.
Yes, absolutely. TRX, a fantastic brand, a fantastic ethos. They went through a lot recently. They're back strong and getting even stronger for 2024. And they are activating their instructors, their ambassadors to show what people can do with clubs, but also what people can do at home. Because it's so easy to, get your fit, the resistance bands, and you can pack them in a bag, and that's it. You're set for your own program, and you can watch routines online with your phone, with your tablet. What's great with World Wellness Weekend and with all those professionals is that they're ready to welcome you in their spas, fitness clubs, yoga studios, Pilates studios, Latin dance classes, or they're ready to join you anywhere, anytime, on any device. All you have to do is go to the website and look at the the program of online sessions, and you can pack wellness on the go. And whatever tools you have, resistance bands, or simply a chair, or simply a wall, there are many things you can do. We even have champions in massage. And I always say champions in massage is not people you pat on the back, having given you a great massage and saying, oh my God, you're great. You have wonderful hands. You really are a champion massage. I'm talking people who dedicated their entire lives for massage, what I call the noble art of massage, went to a championship in the US, in Canada, in Copenhagen for the World Championship Massage, where I'm one of the judges, and won. These people will share their favorite movements online also. So there are so many things that people can do, people can learn from this World Wellness Weekend, enthusiasm movement.
So, how many countries do you have participating this year?
To be precise, 147. There were 139 last year, so we keep on consolidating the countries where venues participated last year. We keep on increasing. Of course, the objective is to reach the 192 countries identified by the United Nations, because since we're supporting them and third Sustainable Development Goal, good health and well-being for all, we're trying to reach every single one of the countries represented at the UN. We're getting there. It's only our 7th year.
Well, what an exciting mark that is. I think that that's such a big deal. I was looking in Italy, you have 700 venues available for people to participate in. Just pretty much any place in the world we look at, there's availability for people to be part of this weekend.
It's remarkable. And since you mentioned Italy, of course, you can find great places, fitness clubs and spas in Rome, the most active city in Italy, in Florence also, with amazing places. But one of them that I would like to mention is Val di Fiemme. For those of you listening, if you're passionate about skiing and you've been to Vail, you've been in Colorado, you've been maybe considering one day skiing in the French Alps, please consider the Italian Alps and Val di Fiemme. They already hosted 3 world championships in ski, downhill skiing. But in 2026, they will be one of the valleys hosting the Winter Olympics. So here's a valley that is offering wellness around the year, no matter what the season. And it's not just the 4 seasons of Vivaldi, because if you add the Indian summer, it's the 5th season that we are celebrating, when the temperature is mild again and the colors are beautifully yellow, orange, and red. Not as beautiful, of course, as in the northern part of Vermont or Massachusetts, but we have good colors also in Europe. Val di Fiemme is not just organizing world championships in ski or being a Olympic valley. They are also a very strong participant in World Wellness Weekend, because they want to remind people that they're not just a ski resort in the winter. They offer amazing activities for families and friends to go and visit, no matter what the season, no matter what the holidays or off holidays. So Italy, absolutely. And Sardinia and Sicily also. From north to south, it's the 3rd most active country after Spain this year. And actually, that's where I'll be. In exactly 1 week, I'll be in Marbella, which is the most active city in the world. There are over 800 venues participating in Spain in its entirety, nationwide. There are 83 venues participating inside the city of Marbella, if you can imagine, in a 10-kilometer radius, the concentration of participating venues, again, hotels, resorts, spas, beauty salons, fitness clubs, but also 17 schools, primary schools, which on Friday, 15th of September, for the first day, for the inaugural first activity, I will be hopefully with the mayor of Marbella, if he has the time. We will be in a primary school. And on that day, the kids know that it will not be about school time. On that day, the dean or the headmaster with the teachers have decided that the kids in primary school will not go through the usual classes they go through on a Friday. It will be a World Wellness Weekend day for them so that they can be introduced as young as they are to yoga, stretching, yawning is good, sleeping, playing, eating well. It's going to be great. And the second most active country, Brazil. Absolutely amazingly active also for the past 3 years. But for the first year, Spain is on top. Well, they said last year, Brazil, watch out, we're coming. Well, here they are. Not competition, but emulation for sure.
For people who are new to maybe different types of wellness, what a great way to get involved and to try something new.
Try something new, NEWWW, if I may say so, for World Wellness Weekend. You are so right, Marianne. It's about the fresh outlook we can take on wellness. For a lot of people, it's like, yeah, yada, yada. Wellness, been there, done that. I tried yoga. Boring. I tried fitness, too much sweat. I've tried walking. I tried biking, hiking, spinning. Try this, try that. How about you try again? How about you see what the professionals have created just for you for the weekend? Sure, some venues will just offer for you to join a class. It's their regular class. The doors are open. You can come in. It's better to sign up first, just to make sure that sometimes with limited seating, after you've looked on WellMap, you've identified the place, you can contact them directly. We're not a booking engine. We don't take any commission. We're simply connecting wellness professionals with wellness enthusiasts around the world. We're doing this pro bono. It's really our giving back in support of the United Nations. But the idea is to try something new. And a lot of professionals are changing their intro, outro. Maybe you'll have yoga with opera music, and they will call it Yopra. Maybe you'll discover yoga, but this time with sup yoga on a pool. Maybe you'll know Zumba, and maybe this time you'll try Zumba in the dark with glow makeup and glow sticks. There will be so many activities. Something that can surprise also people is how we transform wellness into food and into blood. Let me explain. Just 2 quick examples because they really struck me last year and they're doing it again this year. Sure, you can join exactly 6,000 venues or more. I think we're over 6,137, something like this. So sure, you can join venues, but also sometimes independent freelancers don't have venues big enough to welcome 50, 100, 150 people. So in Argentina, on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, they have decided to meet because it's going to be autumn for us in the northern hemisphere, but it's going to be spring for them in the southern hemisphere. So they're welcoming spring, and they will be joining by a lake. 10 independent fitness and mindfulness instructors and coaches will join. They are encouraging all of their client base to come and join for free and to invite their friends to also come for free. The only thing that they are requested to bring is a mat, some water, their smile, and some staple food. Is it going to be rice, pasta, sugar, coffee, tea, biscuits, chocolate, non-perishable foods? Last year, they gathered 280 kilos of food that on that same evening were given to 3 local associations which need everything. So fitness professionals offer their time and passion so that hundreds of people could come for free and enjoy wellness and leave with a big smile on their face, leaving something to give a big smile on other people's faces, and a shelter for battered women and 2 places that are welcoming people under the poverty line that don't get $1.50 every day to sustain their means. That's the first example that really struck my mind. turning wellness and free wellness into food. The second one is in Bali, 5 Elements, an award-winning property, which really doesn't need any advertising or publicity. Well, they decided to open their facility for locals and not just for guests. And after a yoga class in the morning and a fitness class just after that, they encouraged the participants who came for free to say, how do you feel? Oh, great. Never felt better. Oh, I can see from the smile on your face. Is it possible that when you came, your blood type was A+? Yeah, A+, exactly. Is it possible that now with all the serotonin and oxytocin and endorphins that you have, your blood is symbolically upgraded to A++? Well, maybe that's a thought. Wouldn't that be a great moment for you, now that you're fully oxygenated, feeling the best version of yourself, that you would donate a pint of blood with the Red Cross waiting outside? Sure, why not? Turning wellness free into blood for people who may need it after an accident, after a transfusion or something like this. This is really wellness for all, good health and well-being for all. Not just promoting yoga, fitness. Some places do, and rightfully so that people can discover local venues near them, and maybe they will want to go back. But there's also some very meaningful activities. And sorry if my voice is shaking a little bit, but I get emotional when I see this.
What a wonderful way to give back and to be part of the world and be involved in something bigger than ourselves.
Indeed. And that's the 5th pillar of wellness. You're absolutely right, Marianne. Sense of purpose and solidarity. Finding our true north. Finding that sometimes when we feel lonely, we're not really alone. There are places we can go to and speak about our issues, mental issues, life issues, financial issues. There are also places in the community where we can donate some of our time. And by caring for others, meeting others, most of the time people stop looking at their navel. They start looking up. They start feeling grateful for the day. Our hashtag is World Wellness Weekend, one word, if people want to follow us. And usually we follow with hashtag Wellness for All, because we're so connected with the United Nations Good Health and Well-Being for All. We're choosing Wellness for All, World Wellness Weekend, not World Well-Being. But the third hashtag that we usually use is hashtag Wellness by All. If you want to feel wellness, you can join a class, you can join one of those venues. You can also start giving wellness and sharing wellness with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues, with your community. Giving back, Marianne, is all that World Wellness Weekend is about. Giving back and enjoying giving back.
And one more time, what's the website our listeners can go to so they can sign up for any of these free events?
Thank you for that reminder. Very easy. WELLMAP, which is the short version of Wellness Map, wellmap.org. If you speak Spanish, we'll go to wellmap.es for Spanish. If you're French speaking, maybe in Louisiana, New Orleans, where I was recently, or maybe in Quebec, it's wellmap.fr French. If you are Portuguese speaking, lusophone, and you're living in the US, wellmap.pt. But if you just want to find it in English and then navigate and look for one of the 18 languages available, well, then it's wellmap.org.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Thank you, Marianne, for helping spread the enthusiasm of something that started 7 years ago in France and Belgium, and now that will start officially in Fiji at sunrise on Friday, 15th of September, and will finish officially at sunset in Hawaii on Sunday, 17. Thank you, Marianne.
Well, thank you, Jean-Guy. It has been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about World Wellness Weekend. To attend any of the free local or virtual events, make sure to visit wellmap.org. That's WELLMAP.org. This is a great opportunity to try something new and be with like-minded people. Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Are you ready to celebrate World Wellness Weekend on September 15, 16, and 17? Well, we are. 6,000 venues in 147 countries are organizing fun and free activities for you to enjoy with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Look on wellmap.org, WELLMAP.
Announcing a revolutionary tool for wellness. Scalar Light has the ability to enhance and harmonize your own bioenergies. With Scalar Light, you can get started in just minutes and begin feeling better the very next day. Scalar Light is a remote energy that gently and subtly works with your own body's bioenergies, increases pro-cellular wellness, and enhances your body's immunity.
Experience the benefits of Scalar Light. Try a complimentary 15-day experience at scalarlight.com.
In your hands lie ancestral patterns. These patterns shape how you think, what you struggle with, and experiences you love, your life pattern. We're going into the latest neuroscience of biological hand analysis, a realm beyond palmistry where science and the soul entwine. Hand analysis is the latest method to transform lifelong patterns. I am Master Hand Analyst Brent Bruning. Join us and visit thepowerinyourhands.com.
Looking for a page-turner? Cozy up to a fantasy adventure romance trilogy with The Girl in the Toile Wallpaper by Mary Kay Savarese. The second novel in the Star Writers trilogy, The Star Writers Club, is coming soon. Take the journey. Connect with Mary at www.maryksavarese.com. Her books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all indie bookstores.
With Breath Hub, you'll experience the transformative power of breath as it harmonizes your body, mind, and spirit. Recommended by experts in fitness, sports, psychology, and medicine. Meet the scientific way of being well. Breath Hub. Breathe better, live better.
The book Terminal Cancer is a Misdiagnosis, authored by Danny Carroll, is on sale at Amazon now. Licensed psychologist and psychotherapist Tessa Antia-John-Guerra commented, "This is one of the most empowering books on the topic of cancer you will ever read." Award-winning author T.L. Needham commented, "This recommended book can be understood by anyone seeking answers, hope, and alternatives to a terminal diagnosis. Buy it now on Amazon.com.
Pandemonium. Fast forward 20 years. A U.S. president seizes control of all U.S. missiles, the power grid, the banking system, and every computer in America as he hides in an underground bunker. Pandemonium, a captivating sci-fi thriller where a hidden war, psychics, aliens, artificial intelligence, and transcendental love collide with the latest media technology. Pandemonium, live to all devices. Get your copy on paperback or digital. Free sample at getpsychic.org.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary.
A recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.